Hair is getting wild. Haven't cut it in 3 years. Not bad. Anyway, a couple of days ago, the news broke out that Final Fantasy XI R or mobile game, whatever they were doing thing, it's most likely scrapped. Is it really a bad thing though? Hey guys, what's up? My name is Gabe. Hope everything is great. I just wanted to talk about this thing that happened a couple of days ago. I was just going around, as usual, reading my stuff on the internet. I happened to land on the Final Fantasy XI homepage, and I read this thread, this Rest in Piss Mobile 11. Well, you can tell already that that's not the most flattering title. I'm pretty sure the author of this topic wasn't really thrilled with the whole Final Fantasy Remake, mobile. I don't know what that R stands for. I don't care. This led on to an article that broke out on Reddit. So the Final Fantasy XI mobile game seems to be canceled. And it brings up this Korean article that says that Nexon has canceled the development of Final Fantasy XI. So yeah, that's the first thing, right guys? This whole game, it was not gonna be developed by Square Enix. It was gonna be developed by this company called Nexon, which I have never heard of. All the info I could find on the internet, I think they're pretty famous, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've played any of their games, if they're any good, let me know down in the comments. The reputation of that company is not really the greatest. It does some pretty crappy mobile games that are very clickbaity and pay to win. Me personally, I was never really interested in this Final Fantasy XI remake at all. Anyway, let's check out what this Reddit article says. So it says that the development started around 2015, which is, I had no idea it had already been 5 years. I mean, come on, it started 5 years ago. We haven't seen anything from this game. Of course it was doomed. After the spread of COVID-19, Square Enix has transitioned to a complete work-at-home environment, and there are remarks that this has made the cooperation of Nexon and Square Enix even more difficult. Well, yeah, for right now, it seems like all this is mostly speculation, but I found a couple more articles in the Final Fantasy group on Facebook. They posted an article from Gamerscape, announced in 2015 as part of the Vana'diel project alongside Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. I talked about it before. Just Rhapsodies alone is a very good reason to come back to the game. Just play it and enjoy the whole thing. It was probably the story I enjoyed the most out of all the story arcs in Final Fantasy XI. Because, it brings everything together, which is really cool. We had some images of this game. It looked nice. Don't get me wrong, it looked like an HD remaster of Final Fantasy XI, which is kind of what we deserve at this point, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. They've been talking about doing like a user interface rehaul or whatever. I don't think that's gonna happen either. Personally, my whole interest in this mobile version thing was absolutely zero. I mean, it could have been interesting if it was gonna be a mobile version that you could play in parallel with the PC version. That would have been awesome. Like, you could transfer your characters and all your accomplishments and whatever. But I don't play games on phone. I don't like it. The closest thing to a phone I have is my Switch. But I like the Switch because I can play on a TV. How are you supposed to play Final Fantasy XI? It was probably gonna be a really crappy, watered down version of one of the most beautiful games that has ever been made. And yes, I think that Final Fantasy XI is an awesome game. As always, even if I'm on a break, even if they canceled the remake, whatever it was gonna be. They have confirmed, as I said in a few other videos, that the game is gonna go on until at least 2022 to mark its 20th anniversary. They already logged the budget for it. We're gonna be seeing some pretty cool updates on the game, hopefully. I actually think it's a good thing this remake is not happening. I remember reading about this news a few years ago and I was like, I'm not sold. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about this because it's always a fun conversation. As always, I like to end the videos reading some of the comments from the previous videos since I really don't have a lot of subscribers and a lot of views on my videos, but you guys are so active and so nice and so appreciative, and I'm really thankful. And if there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know, okay? If you want to see like videos of any kind, I'll try to make them. And yeah, In the meantime, let's go read the comments to the last video, and the last video was, as a matter of fact, all you guys are doing great, taking a break from Final Fantasy XI. So Fat3L Wound, Fatal Wound, says, you sound like me 12 years ago. Had to really step away from that MMO. Best thing I ever did. Yeah, it happened. I mean, I'm not burned out or anything. I just wanted to take a couple of months break, you know, after being in the house for so long. I just want to force myself. I don't want to have a reason to stay in the house even more. So this one, Ashley Hill, good stuff, man. I always enjoy your vids. We all take breaks. You need them from time to time. Then the urge comes back. I'm sure it will come back. I had a little break, but back, and now I'm taking up Dark. Just made APOC. It should be fun. Using Windower will definitely not get you banned. Yeah, have fun with your APOC, but dude, Kala is the way. You'll have so much fun with the rank 15 Kalbolg on Dark Knight. And using Windower will definitely not get you banned. 100% agree. Just don't be stupid. Don't do stupid stuff. Don't stream using crazy add-ons and gear swap automations that do, I mean, you know, be smart. Which doesn't mean cheat. It means do whatever you can in the game that doesn't break the rules in an obscene way. So David Nicholson says, would be interesting to see you try Final Fantasy XIV and get your take on it. I don't know if you've ever played it before. I have not ever played it before. And I'm certainly going to try it sooner or later. Hayden Watkins says, you're the second Final Fantasy XI YouTuber that, well, am I a YouTuber? I guess. Thank you, I guess. That has made it sound like the game is getting a bit stale at the moment. But I was just thinking about coming back. I did 12 years and quit around 5 years ago, but I've done a little Nozomi and Nocturnus private server. I'm not really too sold on the private servers. I actually enjoy when people come back to the retail version because, you know, that's gonna give Square Enix even more input into, you know, doing an even better job and not trying to do just the bare minimum to keep the game alive. So, I mean, they put in a little bit of effort a few years ago and that paid off because, you know, the population kind of went up again in the last few years. Unfortunately, right now, I think it's gonna go back down a little bit. We are gonna have some returning players, which is a great time to return to the game right now because most of the veterans that are still playing, they don't really have anything to do. So it's an awesome time. They're pretty much sticking around just to help out their friends and do stuff together with other people and enjoy the game and have fun. That's pretty much the whole reason why everybody's sticking around. So if you're a returning player, right now is an awesome time to come back. So John Snopenhauer says, Final Fantasy XI is literal trash. Battle system, jobs, everything in the game is extremely shallow. I'm thinking he probably wanted to say that Final Fantasy XIV is literal trash. How you can use the adjective shallow into anything about Final Fantasy XI besides maybe the graphics, considering it's a 20-year-old game, because there's really nothing shallow in Final Fantasy XI. I've heard there is some shallow stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, but that's of course compared to 11, so it's probably a very good game anyway. I don't know. Let me know, John, if you're watching this, if you wrote it wrong in the comments. And yeah, that was my whole 2 thoughts on this Final Fantasy mobile thing. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Do the whole YouTube whatever, put the like, notification, whatever you want to do. It's fine. Eventually, someday, I might reach the 1,000 subscriber threshold. So I have exactly 50% of the requirements to get this channel monetized. And if I ever do, it's gonna be thanks to you guys. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll be coming back soon with some more Final Fantasy XI or maybe some other video game stuff, okay? See you guys soon. Later. I don't even know what music I'm gonna put on this video, but I'm already sure it's gonna be awesome music. You say mobile or mobile? I would say mobile or mobile or mobile. I don't know. So you're gonna have something like the latest video here and like a playlist here and like the subscribe button somewhere around here, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna recommend that 11 reasons I return to Final Fantasy, which is one of the videos I hate the most, but it keeps getting so many views that I'm just leaving it up. So hey, if you haven't seen it, it's right here. Part 2 is a lot better. Bye.